So, why we need our reparations rule 1080, it says now there's real proof that racial disparities exist in the housing market. Duh. Like we ain't been knew that. We'll be right back on the Keep It P podcast. Let's go.
Podcast where they take news, situations, and everyday occurrences
and show how one could or could not.
Keeping it on the P for real.
Gotta tune in to
Yo,
these
ladies
brothers.
and gentlemen, TZ Vaughn Savage and Jay Lava is in the fucking building.
Keep It P podcast. Be one to you players.
Y'all tune in to their podcast here.
Oh, yeah, it is the Keep It P podcast where we take news situations, everyday occurrences, and indeed we show how one could have and could not have been keeping it P. And I'm not trying to tell you what to think. I'm trying to show you how to think. That's the reason why I bust down the articles the way I do. And we just going to jump right on up into it. It says a new study from nearly a decade worth of home appraisals found real differences in the home values between whites and black people. It says people of color in this article, but I'm so sick of The Root, which is supposed to be a black publication, not specifying who they're actually talking to, which I think is super garbage and rat. But it goes on to say, you may not need research to convince you that racism exists in the housing market, but those who aren't sold may now have to prove that they were waiting for. It says the Biden administration recently asked the Federal Housing Finance Agency to release a $47 million appraisal report for the public for the first time, and the researchers who analyzed them found clear evidence of racial disparities in values. So basically, this is like a little trick bag because they're trying to make it seem like Biden is doing something for black people. Keeping it on the P for real, for real. That's what's up. This is trying to insinuate that Biden is doing something for black people, but indeed we know he is not. And doing something about said housing disparities does not count towards reparations unless we say so. But cut the check first is what I'm saying. We wouldn't be dealing with this if the checks was cut. Well, actually, we probably still would be dealing with this, but still cut the check. Anyway, it says Janiyah Howard, PhD, and Elizabeth Corville, PhD, conducted a study appraising the president's evaluation of white neighborhoods as more valuable than black neighborhoods. After looking at millions of appraisals between 2013 and 2021, they found that homeowners by white appraisers at much higher value than those of black people. Researchers made sure that their sample was statistically sound, probably because they knew that the haters was gonna hate. I hate to see. Listen. I hate The Root. You don't need to say stuff like that to get black people interested. Because the haters gonna hate. Shut up. It says they stuck with the neighborhoods and areas populations of at least 500,000 and at least 50,000 people of color. They found houses that looked similar and had comparable conveniences like shopping and green space set aside by the discernment differences in communities where there was racial composition, they said. So basically they're saying where there was white people, more money, where there was black people, even though they had the same kind of houses, the values of the houses were obviously lower. It says Howland Grove found that the racial gap in home value has grown 75% over the last 10 years, whereas today homes in white neighborhoods have appraised for more than $371,000 more than their counterparts in communities of color, basically black people. So what they're saying there is that the game is rigged. They don't want you to build no generational wealth from your home. Your shit is not going up in value like anybody else's. But yet and still, they always telling you to pull your stuff up by your bootstraps, but they setting the straps on fire. It says the gap is widening faster in the viable markets in 2 years, racial inequality in appraised homes increased by 43% in areas where the greatest inflation of home prices and weight is there 3 times the more stable in their market. It says one of the biggest factors contributing to the growing disparities could be the lack of representation of people of color in the industry. Data from the Appraisal Institute found that over 85% of appraisers identified as white. So that means the white ones, that means the Mexican ones, that means anybody that can claim white. That's what they're doing. What's up, Tia Mama? Y'all heard what the lady said. Now do what she said now. It says, according to Dr. Howell, appraisals, which should provide an honest assessment of the home's values, we have been tainted by racism. We've created a system that starts with racism based on who lives in what area, Dr. Howell said, and who lives in what area is always connected to the racial hierarchy. So where white people live, those homes are more valued for more. Blah, blah, blah. Now notice even in this article, they'll tell you what the problem is. They always good for telling you what the problem is. The question is, what are you actually going to do about it there, sir? I mean, I'm sick of hearing about, oh, black people get this disparities. And look, they ain't even saying black in this article, which means that the root is something you probably shouldn't be listening to nor paying attention to because it can't even represent you as a people. They scared to say your name like it's Candyman or some shit like that. Come on, Root. The Root by Byron I'm Not Black Allen. Y'all know that's one of his publications, right? Y'all know The Root is ran by Byron I'm Not Black Allen. Please help me fight for a discrimination lawsuit so I can get the black channel and turn it white, Allen. Y'all know it's a channel that was recently, the Black News channel, recently put out by some Saudi or some Arabian dude that fell. Byron Allen is trying to buy that. And his sentiment was, we don't need a black channel. He said, we don't need a black channel. So it would only make sense that he would write this kind of bullshit article that doesn't even actually address the issue. See, this is what you call treadmill news right here, y'all. This is the news that try to rile you up. Notice how now what it okay. True indeed, it was President Biden's administration, yada, yada, yada. But they didn't even really actually had to say that. They could have just said the Department of whatever did whatever. But notice that they try to do the Biden administration, insinuate in some way that this is for you, black people. We're looking into it. See, we see it's messed up for y'all. Look, black people, it's messed up for y'all. Look, we see. But what are you going to do, Mr. White Man? I didn't say we was going to do nothing. I just said that it looked like it's messed up. That's all. Anyway, you know I ain't going to hold you. But I'm going to definitely mold you, fold you, and always scold you about being on all type of code. And it's 4 words that I leave you with. We got love. We got peace. We got blessings. We got aloha. I'm out the door high. For sure high. You already know how. Got the flow high. Y'all hear that? Yeah. They be having some of the cheesiest music sometime. Ooh, I can go off this one though. Hold on. Check it. Yo. Racial proof. We talking racial juice. I'm talking racial when I'm off in the booth. I'm talking racial when I'm about to get loose. Listen, this is the deal. Racial is the deal. Okay, now I'm just tripping. I always be thinking, acting like I'm about to come off on y'all, and I don't. I can rap though. I swear I can rap sometimes. I be just trying not to rap about nonsense. All right, I love peace, blessings, and love. I'm out there to take these commercials.
Be one to the family. This is Kendra Blackwood of Hot Lava Music TV and the Hot Lava Media Group. And I come to you today with an urgent call to action. And with that being said, this petition is to demand the U.S. government immediately make anti-black racism a public health crisis is now an active campaign at change.org. And after this message I'm going to need you to go over there and show your support. Right after you smash that like and subscribe if you have not already. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications. It doesn't cost you a thing. Now, this is a petition to demand cash reparations for foundational Black Americans addressing two critical components. So what is anti-Black racism? Anti-Black racism is defined here as policies and practices rooted in American institutions such as government, finance, education, healthcare, and justice that mirror and reinforce economic deprivation, racially targeted laws, beliefs, attitudes, prejudice, stereotyping and/or discrimination toward foundational Black Americans. What is a public health crisis, you ask? Well, a health crisis or public health crisis is a difficult situation or complex health system that affects humans in one or more geographic areas, from a particular locality to encompass the entire planet. Health crises generally have significant impacts on community health, loss of life, and on the economy. And ultimately the solution to the problem, it is imperative that the United States government declare anti-Black racism a public health crisis for foundational Black.
Music TV.
This is Kendra Blackwood for Hot Lava Music TV. First off, let's get this straight. I only want a boss. And I like to see a boss and boss shit. Where can you get boss shit, you ask? Well, dig this player. Boss 3 Anti Clothing got that drip for you and your missus. Now first, go follow at Boss 3 Anti Clothing on IG to see more real boss shit. And second, please log on to boss3anticlothing.com. That's boss3anticlothing.com. Currently we have multiple color combinations in stock. Ball out like a boss with the full sweatsuits for $250 and just the jacket for $150. And we also have jerseys for $75, and we definitely have the t-shirts for only $25. We offer free standard shipping, and have a quick response time. So tap in and style like a boss would do. Please go visit boss3anticlothing.com, that's boss3anticlothing.com. Once again, that's boss3anticlothing.com. Love, peace and blessing.
We need to go out here and say exactly what we want. And we got to say it with our chest. And we kind of start pussyfooting around, and we got to stop being scared to say exactly what we want, what we need. We need that paper. Say it with your chest. Damn all that. We need justice. We need y'all to love us. No. We don't need that paper. We need reparations in the form of a check. Let's stop being afraid to say that.
Everybody know you get the money from that ride before you went on the day. I told you motherfucker, I got your money yet, man. Fuck you, man. You ain't got the money yet. Fuck you think you is, man. Motherfucking Ron O'Neal or something. What you gonna do? I'm supposed to be scared now because you got a pistol, motherfucker.
I got it. Look, I don't play with this shit. You don't even know what I gave to this shit. Self-made with this shit. I slay with this shit. Been a lot of roads I done paved with this shit. Look, see, I don't play with this shit.
Kyrie with the give and go. I get it cheap for the low. More snow than the Eskimo big birdies. Taking flight, change your life in one night. By 2 a.m. if you do it right. Up late like midnight. Small fish, big appetite. Get an extra 4 if you whip it right. Got good gas and it's light bright. Got
He been hula hooping through loopholes, working real shit. You can count lava down, but you can't count them out, baby. Life give me lemons, I make lemon rain die. He been hula hooping through loopholes. I gotta go, gotta hustle to get it. If you ain't talking business, little shawty, you
Hey, Ray Ray.
Hey Rihanna, hey girl, how you doing? I'm into you like Trump's in the pool. And I know that might sound a little confusing. I had to say it for my own amusement. What I'm trying to say is, can we go cruising? Top down, blow some good gas, and listen.
Brushy cream, leaves, Keith, oil, premium bud. Man, I hustle in the street, but I'm a freak with the love.
Bring that ass over, tryna bring it back. I'm a big dog, tryna bring it back. I'ma slide in the way to bring it back. Let a nigga.
All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down.
her love, she love.
Hey Riri. Hey Rihanna, hey girl, how you doing? I'm into you like Trump's in the Putin. I know that might sound a little confused.
Call me when you need a friend. Call me when you need someone to come through with that loving baby. I'll be the one to get it from the back. You be putting on my body, babe. There ain't no need to answer the phone, 'cause I got you where I need you, baby. Face down in the bed, and we can get it on.